All right, hi everyone. My name is Laurah Hallock. I am a black belt here at Ronin Training Center under GF Team, and this is Chelsea. She is one of our blue belts. We are going to be showing you some knee on belly drills that you can do during this quarantine. Some of them you can do, this drill specifically that you can do at home on a pillow or on a dummy, whatever you have that might be a little bit soft on your knee. Okay, so she's going to be laying flat. Knee on belly, I feel like, is I'm going to switch over a little bit, is somewhat of an underutilized position, especially for females, because I don't know, I don't see it very often. But if we come here, a lot of times with our chest, a lot of people are stronger and they push us off very easily. Okay, and if we go to mount, a lot of times we get thrown off. So I find knee on belly to be extremely helpful with my jiu-jitsu, just keeping my chest a way to control the person's body after I pass the guard without keeping my chest on them, so they can't push that off, okay? Or if they're pushing you off and you have nowhere else to go, knee on belly is going to be your option, okay? So some knee on belly details here. Before we go into the drill, I want my knee on belly to be at an angle, okay? Not all the way across. At an angle, I like to go from hip to shoulder, okay? Now, do you see the curvature of your foot here? We want to curve that foot to the body, to the hip, okay? So I'm actually, when I'm nice, I'm putting weight on my foot, but when I'm actually going knee on belly, I need to take all the weight off that foot, and it's here, okay? All right, I'm just going to be nice for Chelsea and relieve some of the weight and put it on my foot, but if you're practicing, you want to make sure that weight is heavy on the knee, okay? Now your kickstand. Your kickstand, obviously the knee needs to be off the mat, okay? You do not want your kickstand above the head, and you don't want it behind you, okay? So you need to find that comfortable position where it's at an angle off to the center. A lot of times people say it's in line with the opponent's shoulder here, okay? And keep the knee up at an angle at a soft, like C distance, okay? So never locked out, but not close enough to where they can grab it, okay? So right here, I have my knee on belly. Now hands. For a knee on belly traditional position, we have one on the collar and one on the hip here. This is going to control the person, okay? So here's your knee on belly position. If you're doing this drill at home, then you just lay out a pillow and do this imaginary on someone. Put one hand by your hip, one hand in front of you. Okay, that's your knee on belly position. Okay, now for this drill though, we're going to put our hands actually by their head. So it's not a correct knee on belly technique that we would ever do, but for this drill, this is what we're going to do. Okay, hands over your head. Now watch, I'm going to put my weight forward on my hands and I'm going to switch to the other side. How I'm going to switch to the other side though is I'm going to turn this knee inward as tight as I can to the body. Flip this foot off her, windshield wiper over, and boom, pop up on the other side. Okay? So notice how I have knee on belly on the other side now. Foot curved, kickstand in the right position. Same thing. I'm going to come here, turn my kickstand inward, tight to the body, windshield wiper my feet, boom, and come back up. Okay? So if I was showing that at an angle here, notice how, look, it's that as if my feet have chains connected to each other. They rotate together for that windshield wiper effect. Okay? Boom. Boom. Okay? For the drill to do at home, we're going to speed this up. Realistically, I would say, 5 rounds of 1 minute would be probably challenging. Okay? So hands here. Boom. All right, so that's a drill you can do at home. It'll definitely get your heart rate up and work on your speed and timing. Now, hope you enjoy that. Now, this is just to keep your brain fresh for jiu-jitsu. We're going to go over an arm bar from that position. okay? If you have someone to work with, awesome, you can do this on them. If not though, just watch and keep it in here, okay? Now from this position, we have the knee on belly, okay? I have the curvature of my foot up against her, my kickstand strong. If you're knee on belly, if you're doing knee on belly right, she is probably gonna push your knee off because it should be heavy and she doesn't like that. So she's gonna look to push it off, okay? Now, come back. What I'm looking for is this arm here, okay? What I'm gonna do when I see this arm here, I'm gonna reach on the inside, and I need my knee to be heavy, so my knee is still heavy at this point. I'm gonna reach on the inside of her bicep here, and reach all the way behind and grab the tricep, okay? Once I have this grip, then I'm gonna sink my weight back on my foot here. And why I do that is because I need her to turn to her side, okay? I don't want her to be flat, okay? So from here, boom, I reach, grab the tricep, I get her to turn to her side. I'm gonna pull this upward, okay? Now, how we do this, or how I like to do this, is I'm gonna imagine my knee scooping and making a U here, okay? If y'all been to my women's jiu-jitsu class, you know I have some crazy analogies here. But it's like an ice cream scoop, okay? I'm gonna scoop under and rotate under. My foot's gonna land right behind her shoulder blade here, okay? I'm gonna post with my hand as I turn my angle and scoop. So I'm gonna post, I'm gonna elevate my foot up, scoop behind and up, okay? Look how my foot ends up here. My foot's underneath her shoulder. This one is tight over the head, and I still have that grip, okay? I'm gonna keep that grip nice and tight to my chest. Once I'm here, then I can grab her wrist, and I'm gonna fall back, pinch my knees together. Am I still on the angle? All right, how I want to do here, I'm gonna post, get my knee into that scoop position. Literally slide it right over the head, under the shoulder blade, and here. Pulling her elbow into my body. Pinching the knees together, grabbing the wrist, and laying back. Now, do not, for those that might know this move, this is an option to take this foot out and go to standard armbar. But it's going to be better if you don't, because what this foot is doing is keeping her shoulder elevated. When her shoulder is elevated, it's that tap is going to come much faster, okay? If I take the foot out, her shoulder comes down, it's going to take more elevation in my hips to get that tap, okay? So that foot underneath the shoulder blade is going to help make a nice easy tap for you here, okay? But worst case, you do take it out, this is fine. You're just going to need to bring your hips up a little bit more, okay? So let's go over it again. We have knee on belly position. Boom, I have my knee on belly grips. I have to put weight on that knee for her to defend. When she defends with that arm, scoot on the inside of the bicep to scoop on the outside of the tricep here. Once I have this now, I'm going to relieve the pressure on her chest so I can get her to turn. A lot of times in this position, they think that they're going to recover the guard. It's okay though, because I'm actually going to go around the head. I'm going to post, scoop that ice cream, come under, and keep that foot underneath her shoulder, pinching my knees together, grabbing the wrist, and always, guys, traditional armbar finish, pinch the knees, make sure the thumb is pointed up, pinky down, and pulling down. Okay? All right, that's good. So we have the knee on belly at home drill that you can work, and then when you're able to come back into the gym, we can work that knee on belly armbar.